So this nameless and faceless individual says that people are not actually born gay. So I just wanted to share some evidence to the contrary. There is a Mormon pathologist that I very much admire named Gregory Prince. This is a clip from his speech called Science versus Dogma that he gave in 2017.
From the time the fertilized egg is implanted in the wall of the uterus until birth, the developing fetus is immersed literally in a sea of maternal factors that help to shape its development. Sometimes epigenetics can take the fetus down a different pathway than the genetic code prescribes. I will walk you through two important examples of how epigenetics can shift sexual orientation towards homosexuality. The first is the birth order effect, which is seen only in males. It is estimated that 15 to 28% of gay men owe their sexual orientation to this effect. While the mechanism is not completely understood, it appears to be due to interactions between the male fetus and the maternal immune system that have increased consequences for each subsequent male birth. After the birth of one son, the likelihood of each subsequent son of the same biological mother being gay increases by 33%. If the likelihood of the first is 3%, then that of the second is 4%. The effect is additive, such that a seventh son would have a 17% chance of being gay. Daughters do not experience a similar phenomenon, nor is the effect on sons influenced by the number of older sisters, and the effect is only true for right-handed sons. The other example is probably more important in causing homosexuality, though with a difficult title. It is called epigenetically canalized sexual development. In plainer English, at a very early stage of fetal development, epigenetic factors that are not part of the DNA but that can be passed from either parent to the fetus affect the way that the sex of the fetal brain is imprinted. What that means is this: testosterone is present in all developing fetuses, male and female, but is higher levels in the male. But in order for testosterone to exert its effect in imprinting maleness into the fetal brain, there must be a receptor for it within that brain. Generally, male fetuses have higher levels of testosterone and higher levels of testosterone receptors, while female fetuses have lower levels of testosterone and lower levels of testosterone receptors. In some instances, however, there is a mismatch that is determined by an epigenetic factor inherited from a parent, one that needn't be inherited by both twins. This can result in male embryos with low levels of receptors, in which case testosterone cannot fully exert its masculinizing effect on the fetal brain. Alternatively, female embryos can have a high level of receptors, in which case even the normally low testosterone levels that circulate within the blood of female fetuses are preferentially grabbed by those receptors and exert a masculinizing effect on the fetal female brain. All of this brain imprinting occurs prenatally. At the time of puberty, when testosterone or estrogen levels begin to spike, the imprinted brain is impervious to their effect, notwithstanding the gender of the genitalia. In other words, a female with a fetal masculinized brain will be sexually oriented towards women, while a male with a fetal feminized brain will be sexually oriented towards men, hormones and hormone therapy notwithstanding.
So yes, people are born gay, but I'm going to let Gregory Prince have the final word.
Science matters. If we embrace the findings of science that sexual orientation and gender identity are biologically and indelibly imprinted during fetal development and that they are varieties of normal, then we become a more just society, as well as recipients of the enormous gifts that LGBT people bring to the table. But if we reject the findings of science and insist that homosexuality is just a bad choice that can be unchosen, all of society suffers.